Disclaimer: the information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GANs processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become Messiahs, to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque, then in the same church, in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness. By giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand. To be there, to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle. Which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to the 250, should be 255th, I believe. I think I made an error in that. One nation, one planet, one race for world peace. Here on Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023. I made an error in that too. Sorry about that. I was quite ill when I put all this together and made some errors. In any case, we will get into today's presentation with members of the Universal Council. And let's get into that now.
Hello, my dear Rick. Can you hear me clear? Hello?
Yes. Hello.
Oh,
Hi, Sweta.
thank you. Yeah, hi. Welcome, welcome, beautiful souls. Today is January 3rd, 2023. Welcome, welcome, Suswagatam to the beautiful energy of the Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute, to the beautiful energy of the knowledge seekers, truth seekers, universal souls, and all that is love, to the beautiful energy of the oneness. So special you are, but the oneness is there in the one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. So welcome. And Rick, I cannot see the words. No, the words for the creator below this, one planet, one nation. Oh, no, not this, maybe.
I don't think that's on this PDF. I didn't see it this time around.
It's new.
Okay. I will say that, my dear beautiful souls, welcome to the beauty and totality. Welcome to the oneness. And when we see the creator within us, the image of the creator within us, you are so special. We are so special. Me is so special. You is so special. But the special is the speciality of this oneness. And welcome to this oneness of one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. And this is justified in love, you know. Thank you. We see the image of the creator. Thank you. Salam, namaste, salute. Now we can go to the next slide, my dear. Here.
Yes, and that will be my part.
Welcome.
Hello, everyone. Dear souls in, on, and beyond Earth. Welcome in 2023. Or should I say welcome in the year zero?
because it is the year zero after the 16/12/2022. And as we know, there's a new time, what we say, a new time started from this point, and we are living in that now. The year 2023, to stay with the old counting, will be a year of science. It will be a year of traveling across the world. And also it will be a year of food to costs that till now we could not imagine. And these changes are here, they are to come. And if we just think about this a little bit, we understand what impact this will have on everyone's life. And if we think one step further, it will also have an automatic impact on our health, because this food, what we got till now, it was so many times polluted, it was changed genetically and whatever, poisoned by chemicals. And the new food, the race that we will become, they will be clear and pure, and they will balance our bodies. And that will be a big change. I was thinking about what name could we give it. Till now we have vegetarians, we have vegan, maybe we should call it vegetarians or negans for no food. Because with the race we don't have to kill. We don't have any impact on any soul. And with that, we start the process of peace from inside. This picture that you're seeing was last week. I was in a village in the valleys. It's in the middle southwest of Switzerland. It shows the Alps in the morning with the morning sun. There was a little bit of snow, and there was such a peaceness there. We extra went there because in the village where I live normally, they have a tradition, and it is to make a lot of noise with cowbells and drums to get rid of the bad spirits. And they do it almost 24 hours a day. And sometimes if you have to work through the day and through the night, they keep you awake with that because it's very loud, you know. Sometimes it's 100 or 120 of them, and they do all the same. So it goes through the houses. You cannot hide. But in this stillness where we went, you're very near to nature. And in the mountains, this atmosphere that is there. Everyone who was there, if you breathe it in, you breathe in the energy of nature. And soon we will breathe in the energy to feed us, to travel, and to live this new science. Also, the communication will change completely. In the Reactor group, we did a test last week, and we will continue that tomorrow, to contact each other and to try to become one. Some call it the Internet of Souls, where as we connect together, we can exchange feelings, emotions, and instead of a language, we use these vibrations, these energies, to communicate together. And these energy flows, they will help us in future to make this world brighter. It is almost like waking up from a dream. The reality we have now was the wake up after we were born. But the same will happen in the moment when we leave this planet. We will be born in the next dimension. The communication that is upon to come will have no borders, no barriers in between. It is like a user in the internet, and if your soul has a certain intention, the connection will be there instantaneously. And this future is what we have to learn. It was like in the beginning. I'm 53 years old. I remember the time before internet, or the time that we had only one address we could connect to through a telephone line, because the network like we know it today, it was not there. It was not existing. And with our souls is exactly the same. This network is to be built up, and it connects us together, and we can communicate. And in time, we don't need any devices anymore. No computers, no devices for food. It will all disappear. So please be aware where you put your intention on, and try to do it in the right way so that we all can grow together. As I always say, don't hesitate, elevate. Please use that wherever you are. If you're in a shopping center or in a wellness or in a football stadium, use it. Provide this elevation, and those who are open for it, they will take it, and they will join the way we're going at the moment. Thank you very much. You can go to the next slide.
Hello, this is Marie. I'm the Universal Council member for the Norwegian language. This is a wish from the Universal Council. We, the Universal Council, wish for the year 2023 the elevation of the soul of all leaders in order to cover all the needs of all living beings on earth and beyond. I'm present.
We are present.
You read it, Sveta.
Thank you, Mary. Here's another wish. It will go on. So here's the wish. We, the Universal Council, wish to come together as one soul to cover the need of humankind and universal community. So this is the wish. Beautiful universal souls all around the world. You're all so much universal, so much one. I am and we are present.
I'm present.
Here, thank you, my dear Jaco. That was a beautiful picture. That was a beautiful picture, so much beautiful. And yes, so soulful. Thank you, Mary. And this is here is about the, I will say, 5 minutes of silence today. Minutes of silence for the elevation of the souls of 5+1 peace negotiators, the souls of the IAEA, all souls working for peace in Vienna, the soul of humanity, the souls of world leaders and religious leaders of the planet Earth. This is the moment, these are the moments for silence to elevate, because after the elevation, the peace will be more clear to understand for every soul and to understand the oneness. So the time of the silence starts from now. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, beautiful souls. Hold your breath. Thank you. And now the wishes are so beautiful. Now we can, yeah, this is the next slide. Thank you. Salam, namaste, salute for your presence. Here is the one planet, one solution. We are here to serve. Is there anything anybody wants to share, beautiful souls, in this oneness?
This Mosvik. I would like
Welcome.
to say a few things about the day. The day means the day that started on the 16th. As Jaco was pointing out so well about the new day or the new time. Yeah, the beepings on the horns will be in the background even in this new day, but nevertheless, so it's a new day and the sun is coming up. It's still very early, so to speak. And in this new light of this new day, we are seeing new possibilities. Yeah, the light is faint. It's just very early, so we have a vague idea of, in some cases, a vague idea of what's coming, and the things that are about to come to light in this new day. So, in this new faint light, we are getting accustomed, or we are getting a taste, early taste of what is to come. It's a new world, so I mean, everything is new, so they're not as familiar to us as the things we have been used to. But these things are not what we were used to. And there are, we all know all these things, from health to feeding to energy to transportation to communication, all are taking a new form, an unfamiliar form. And one of the things, I mean, I'll talk a little bit about my feeling about it. It makes one joyful and joyful of the possibilities that we can use this new world in a way that we all have dreamt of. But now the dream and the realities are becoming one. There is no separation between the physicality and the soul. The dream and the world we used to call the real world. They're coming together. There is no separation that we were so used to just the other day. The new day doesn't have that separation. Even in this faint light early in the morning of the day. But this new environment, the dream that we used to dream of, we can dream more because that is becoming the reality, the peace and the prosperity. the unity, the one planet, one nation, one solution, one universe. Let's dream, and let us dream as well as we can, to the very best of our ability. And as creators, we make it the very best, all of us. And it's even hard for me to dream about what the combination would be. But maybe this combination is a surprise for all of us, because each of us, in our own unique way, can contribute to this new day. As a part of the creation process, the large creation process that's going on, we can contribute as much, or to the best of our ability, in this creation, so that all of us benefit from it. As long as our intention is for the elevation of souls and the soul's manifestation in the physicality, then those who have been involved in sort of distorting the physical reality, they too are participating in this creation process as we elevate their soul in their own way. And we don't have any way of dictating their terms, because they are independent souls, and they have their own unique way of expressing themselves. So we as we have always done in the previous day, we wish them the very best with the soul, and the physicality that we dream of comes to becomes the reality we imagined. So we don't have to know what this new world is becoming in this day, in this new time, but we join joyfully in this creative process and make this the unity, the one solution. Since this picture has the term, one solution that we have all dreaming about, and making it a reality. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my dear Moshfik. So beautiful. You said so much wisdom. You always do. Thank you, my dear. Salam, namaste, salute. And here, anybody else want to say anything? Beautiful souls.
Hello, Sweta, it's Dean here.
Oh, yeah. Welcome.
Thank you. May I say a few words? So thank you, Mosfet, for those beautiful words. Thank you, Universal Council, for being present in this moment. Thank you all, blessed souls that are present with us in your physical bodies, listening to this explanation of what it is in this moment. So we see on this wonderful picture, we see some stars in the night sky, diamonds glistening. And each one of those represents a soul, like the soul you have inside yourself, part of. All comes from the greater totality. And that soul then enters the biosphere, the atmosphere of planet Earth. And you become this child. You become part of the planet. Some of us are born on this planet and receive the soul. Some of us are new souls from this planet, the seed from the planet. But we're all part of the same structure, the same solution. We all breathe the same air, the same atmosphere, and we all have life cycles. And that life cycle brings back many memories, brings forward many memories. If you take yourself to a position when you were a small child and think of a moment that captured your imagination, meant everything to you, and then expand upon that. Then go to being a teenager and the wonders of becoming this growing entity with full of life, full of beauty, experiencing many things, many memories, and looking back to all the memories of childhood, first bike, the first hug from your mother and father, the grandparents, the emotions of going to school, being nurtured and taught how to do certain aspects of daily life. And then that those memories, as we move forward to the next position as a teenager, let's go forward a little bit further into adulthood. And you may have experienced many different emotions on the way to this particular position. And some of those emotions are incredibly beautiful. They touch your soul. They touch the essence of your being. And those moments you cherish, you wrap up, and you gift them in every moment with everything you say, speak, act, and do. A gift that you give to others as soon as you recall those memories. And then the next stage, we go into middle age. We become wiser. We've experienced many things. Some of us lose our childhood ambitions, when in fact we should cherish them and hold on to them and still act like a child. See with a child's eyes that wonderment, you know, when children just spin around and around and around for no reason. Just the pure enjoyment of being alive, being present. Seems silly, doesn't it? But what a wonderful feeling, and one you cherish, and a memory that you bring forward. And then let's go to the next stage. So we reach old age. And in the matter state, in the planet conditions of being older, we receive different energies, a different spectrum of feelings, emotions. But this child inside is always present. And when you allow it to come forward, you suddenly feel this surge of energy, this beauty. You feel different just with a thought and intention of, wow, can you remember that moment when I was a child, when I did this? And all of a sudden you're that child again. You have that energy back. You have that position in that moment, this moment. So then we go through the next position where we, in our physical bodies, the coat that we wear, we shed the coat. The eternal soul takes another position. Maybe as a star, once again, or maybe you may decide to come or be in another position, whatever is correct for you in that moment, according to your field strength and the emotions and all the beauties that you've carried and brought forward, and the understandings you have, gives you a certain field strength that allows you to become the start of another cycle. And that cycle is a creation, like a black hole. Let's say one black hole that we've always been told many times is swallows everything. And there's been many terminologies and many things said about these black holes that in many scientific books, and many people have spoken about with wonderful human words, all creations of an explanation of a black hole. What is a black hole? It's a creation. It creates everything. And so when this star, your soul, enters that new dimension, is it swallowed or is it a creation? Does it create once more? Does it open up? Does it start a new cycle, a new beauty? And that new beauty may be responsible for countless billions and trillions of other interactions, other worlds, other galaxies, other universes, other Earths, other planets. So your emotions and your thoughts and intentions gathered through the ages of your existence. Mosfeq said it's a dream. We're living a dream. So take these wonderful dreams, take the best of them, have the thoughts and intentions that give unconditionally and allow you to become the brightest star in the night sky and allow others to shine very brightly. So one planet, one solution. And when we as children become servants to others, when we become an adult, then we become very bright stars and we become the solution, one solution. Thank you all for listening. Thank you, Sweta.
Thank you, my dear Dean. Thank you so much as understanding and remembering again the childhood. And being a child again is so beautiful, as this is again, as Mosfeq said, benefit for all, so that everybody can understand the beauty and totality. When I was when I was a child, well, we are all playing in groups and all, and there were friendship, more friends, more play, and there were fights also at that time, little fights, and sometimes a large fight also, and we split, we split. And then, but what happened at that time when we were children or kids or teenagers, we suddenly understand that we need to get together. The union is very necessary. And then the second day we say, oh, please forgive me, I am sorry, I shouldn't have done this, because all the children were sad about it, and why you are not, if you are not coming to play, then we are also not coming. So this is not happening. So we have to get together, and the friendship again strengthens more. So it is so much in beauty. But now when we has grown up, as said, in this matter state, when the knot of love, when the knot of friendship, when the thread of friendship, I can say, has broken, there's a knot. And we are afraid of this knot. Well, what is going to happen? This will break down again? Well, if it break down, then I will wear another knot like that. And there are knots. And then one day it totally breaks down in several pieces. But here, in the energies of the plasma, in the love, there is always a communication. You say, and there's a communication, there's the union. Hey, come in, like that, and never, nobody will say no, because there is no no. And you are welcome, like that, my friend forever. So here I can say also, in this one planet, one solution, in this oneness, as one being, as a part of oneness, a being we are, we must understand that we are taking the 1 cup, 1 life, or the 2nd cup, or thinking these energies so strange, and we are also energy. We are all energies. How can we don't understand that? There's an inner work we have to do to clean, in a way, to clean the level of dirt, so that we can see the Creator clearly, the image of the Creator clearly, and see the beauty. And if we see the beauty, we can see the beauty in all of us. So here comes this peace and equality that is to be done. Even you apply many. There was a well, they say Saint Sant Kabir. He was a great poet. They said mystic, but he was a universal soul. He was a man of science, and he's told that here in India there is a tradition of, if you do well, sin is always there. You are a sinner. You have sinned that, and you have done that and that. And what will they rejuvenate, and come out of this sin? Now go to the Ganges, the river Ganga, which is the purest of all river. Dip 7 times yourself in the Ganga, and you will come out clean. The Guru says that. But then Kabir said, there's a need to clean like that? Are you clean? Are you clean? Here I am dirty, but I have seen the Creator. It is inside me. So that is the cleanliness. So we all have to do an inner work. The science is this. The science of manifestation comes like this. The inner work to understand the whole. This is justified within us. So this is the oneness. We have to understand, and it works. Even you applying a solution, many will get relief, because you wanted to do that. That is the clean emotion you have. In a way, it is hard. I know it is hard, because going through these emotions and letting go step by step, and understanding that a person standing in front of you is a family, but he don't understand you. How could it be? But then we wish for that in the level of understanding. Someday they will. But then we have to go forward in the level of understanding, let going, like this, what we say, relationship, are with knots, or there is a communication always of the union, of the oneness, of the Creator. So this is, thank you, my dear Dean. Thank you. The child we are, forgetting, forgiving, playing again together, understanding the group, respecting their emotion, feeling. So this is what I want to say, my dear beautiful souls, in this one planet, one solution. The solution is to clean, to see the love from inside, to see the Creator. Thank you. Thank you, my dear. Anyone else want to say anything, beautiful souls? Then we can go to the next slide.
Yes, and now we come again to the commandments. Please take the next slide, Rick. And this is the commandment that we are going through now. Thou shalt not accept no path except the path of his own soul to his Creator. Now, if we remember what Mosfeq said, if we remember what Dean said, this path brings us to the position of freedom. And with this freedom, it's not only our freedom, but the freedom of all souls that gives this situation of lightness, of happiness, that is gives the possibility to travel in the universe. And this is exactly where mankind was waiting for, but we didn't see it. And now that it is open, this path, we can walk it and we can live it. And it is like in the childhood times, when you're daydreaming, you have nothing that keeps you on earth. Everything is free, everything is open. You don't have a need for food, you don't have a need for energy. Everything is provided. And if you think about that, that brings a lot of happiness in life. So I think it's important that we go back to this. And as Mr. Keshe said, I made man in the image of myself. Our Creator created us in his image, in the same plasma, in the same fields. And as we saw on the 16th, we are able to be there and to be one. Till now, we needed our messengers to tell us what was good and what was not good. We followed our religion's leaders in the hope that they would lead us to the point where the Creator wants us to be. And that time is over. No more intermediaries, because it's not necessary. If you start to understand and feel this image of myself, that is the point where the physicality changes, like now the soul is enveloped in the physicality, and we will change this position completely so that the soul is free and the physicality will be packed. And that will give us the freedom to travel. And I see forward to the point where we can not only meet on Zoom, but we can say, okay, let's go to the moon. Let's meet each other there, exchange there. Or like the picture before with this wonderful boundary of the earth in this light. I'm very sure that it is very near time to come where we can meet there. And the beauty is that our universal and cosmic family will also be there because it's their environment. And we can lose ourselves from our environment and become compatible to them. And I'm very sure in a short time, we will teach each other. For them, physicality is something new, which for us is usual. And for them, the soul world, the field world is standard and is new for us. So what is more beautiful to exchange, to teach each other, to share what we know? Anyone else to this topic?
Yes, this is Marie again.
Hi, Marie.
Hello, Jacko. I was reading this commandment, thou shalt not accept no path except the path of his own soul to his creator. I'm thinking this is the way for every soul in creation, in a way. It's the biggest purpose. What are we aiming for? Where are we going? We are going back home, where we were created, and that is the Creator. So when we depart from this life, or if we become, and when we become travelers of our soul, then we start this journey back to the Creator. And there are many, many roads to go. And when he, in this commandment, when he says that you shall not accept any other way, I was thinking, this is the false prophets. This is the religions and all the strange ways that are approaching us there, where we are told that we should go there. But within us, we have our soul, and our soul knows where we are going. And we are going back, even if it will take an eternity to come back to the Creator. Or if you are back to the Creator in an instance. So I think this is that's what we all are doing. Whatever we are doing, we are on our way back to our Creator, the one who created us, which is the Creator. And that travel is the purpose, in a way. Did that make sense? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the possibilities that will show up with this traveling will bring us further to learn more.
Yes, and that's also a purpose of this travel, is to experience and learn from the creation that the Creator have created. There are so much to learn. There are so many places to explore. There are so many paths to go. So we will probably have, every one of us will probably have a different road back to the Creator. But that's our goal, to get there. So we are all longing for the same goal, in a way, inside our soul. I find that very comforting to think of, that we are going home, in a way. Thank you.
The most beautiful way is always the way home. That's true. And I think it's like a train, you know. Some people will join, some people will leave in the station, but in the total, the goal or the place we want to go is the same as the Creator. You're right. Anyone else?
Hi, it's Dan. I just want to thank you guys for all the guidance. I thought I have questions inside, but you've answered lots of questions. Thank you.
Hi, Diane. It's
Hi,
like all
this
of
is
us.
Mark.
We all have.
Sorry.
No problem.
Go ahead. Go
Continue.
ahead. Yeah, I'll talk later.
No, it's your turn.
Okay. So, I'll talk a little bit about, soul guiding us on our path. So, we are on this train with the soul I'm using the analogy of train because there's a little story that goes with what I'm talking about. And, soul has we have to understand, and we have tools now, a lot of tools to understand the soul, how soul is taking us, holding our hand to our destination. And sometimes we get frustrated, annoyed, and all kinds of feelings come with, when are we going to get to the next station, let's call it, because we don't really know the end station. We have a idea, faint idea, it's the Creator that we are meeting in the end. But we have often some ideas about the next station. And, we get frustrated, we're not getting there, we're making mistakes and so forth and so forth. And, but there is, this is the story. So so I'll tell the story. So the person who is frustrated, like many of us, and or disappointed, or not making it, that kind of feeling. So this person goes to the train, the person who is in charge of the train, the soul, and says, well, can this train go any faster? So, yes, it can. And so the person says, well, can we go faster then? Well, the soul said, well, there are all kinds of passengers in this train, and all the stops. We have to make all these stops to get to the destination. And these are part of the journey. And we can't skip these things. And the person said, well, I can walk faster. And the soul said, well, yes, you can. If you get down from the train, you can walk faster. But I can't guarantee you'll end up at the right place if you walk faster. That's the story. So the physicality and the soul's operation may not sync up in a way as we are conditioned to the physical reality as the way we are. But as we make friends, as we become closer to the soul, we understand its operation and we go on the train the way the soul runs it. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mosfeq. To Diane, we all have questions, and we're all in the stage of learning. And if we do it step by step, we grow from the inside. Like it is said, so it means the physicality had to follow the path of the soul to be perfect. If we do the path of the soul, the physicality becomes balanced and in the end becomes perfect. And that means that our lifetime in time, in generations, will rise. Because if there's a perfect body following the path of the soul, there's nothing that can harm. And it's beautiful to do it with you all. No one is left behind. No one is alone. We can all choose this path and go it together.
Hi,
Anyone
yes.
else?
Oh, it's Diane, sorry. I just want to say thank you. And like we all sharing is really important because we're all learning and we all have learned different things. So if we share, we can learn more. Okay, thank you.
Yes. It even becomes the key. If we don't share, we will never reach the goal that we want. This oneness in the soul with the Creator. There is a key that we have to give, else we will never reach it. By giving, we can receive. And that's also a beauty. Anyone else?
Jacko, is Dina, can I
Hi,
add
Dean.
to that? Hi, Jacko,
Yes.
how are you? Are you
fine?
Yeah.
You too?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Yes, yeah, yes.
Great.
Listening to these wonderful experiences and teachings and gaining much field strength and wisdom and understanding from the knowledge that's being shared, as we always do. So one thing I'd like to say, Jacko, is it says here, I made man in the image of myself. So this is number 19. So this is 9 on from the biblical text that we were handed in the Christian reality, in this particular mannerism. We were given 10 commandments. And so this is a stage on from many souls and individuals have come to understand or experience through their own teachings, through the wisdom that's been shared with them through this particular record. And Mr. Keshe has come forward and said that there was 24 commandments, and that Moses didn't share all of them because they didn't fit his soul aspect. It didn't fit what he was doing and what he wanted to command. So this perspective means we are going beyond the knowledge that was shared for generations and generations and generations. The wisdom and everything that's built around that is everything we see around us, everything that's touched by these interactions. And this is additional knowledge. This is knowledge that if we'd have had from that moment, we'd have been in a different position, totally different position. So I made man in the image of myself. What does theology tell us? What is God? Big question. So I made man in the image of myself. And we are, from our understanding, saying that it's field interactions. Magnetic fields that create everything. So from creation, God, there's many ways he's been depicted, or she's been depicted in pictures and many other things. It's like a figure or a human body or something else. This understanding we have now has brought it forward that it's field interactions. And those field interactions are like the flow that we see between the stars, between the planets. And inside that understanding, we have the same in our bodies. So every cell in our body, if you actually opened it up and went into it with a very big microscope and looked at it very closely, you would see that these cells are actually very, very spaced apart, big holes. I made man in the image of myself. And see, these are words and concepts that were given for man to understand. The intellect of man. When the intellect of man understands the totality of all the souls, which is what we're speaking about here, then we grow from the understanding that we were given, that was shared with us. And so we reach another field strength, another position. Humankind, mankind, being kind to man, elevates, takes another position, becomes the beauty, shares and gives to all the generations and all the other creatures, because we're all the same, none higher, none lower. It's a wonderful new experience. An ancient experience, a new understanding. Part of the totality of being present in the moment, in physicality, and then using your conscious thoughts, your interactions that create in the moment. I made man in the image of myself. It was a thought. From that thought, everything became created. So imagine the wisdom and thoughts that you possess from your understanding right now. And you're responsible for this. You're responsible for your thoughts, your words, and your actions. We've now reached a new understanding, a new beauty. And it's for each and every single one of us to share this knowledge, give it to others, for them to receive the field strength of the diamond structure, the star, the sun, the cosmos, the earth, the cell in your body. It's all the same. We're all part of this. I made man in the image of myself. That's you. That's me. That's all of us. All creatures, no matter their physicality, they have a soul. And all shine as brightly as the Creator in this precise moment. Thank you, Jacko.
Thank you, Dean.
Maybe we should go to the next slide. Hello, this is Marie again. You might wonder what's on the screen. I've been working on the TV Galactica files. Very interesting. And last time I read something that I found that Mr. Keshe had answered, not the Universal Council, but Mr. Keshe, some of the answers from that was asked in the TV Galactica. But this time, I found these drawings, and they are made by our beloved Dor Naim UC Hebrew, who transitioned some months ago. He's still a Universal Council member, but he is not in physicality anymore. So I want to read this question and the answer that Thor wrote, because it's very good. It's a very good answer. And interesting with these drawings too. So I wanted to share it with you. So the question is, how should a knowledge seeker position himself? What should a desire or emotion be for that moment of soul elevation? And then Dor is answering, hey, my opinion and understanding is this. The emotion and desire to give for the others to receive, for them to elevate without any condition. We understand that the flow of the energy of the fields of the universe is the bigger plasma feeds the smaller one, for the small to elevate. The sun gives its fields without condition to all directions and feeds the earth and all the other planets and entities inside its boundaries. The galaxy gives fields to millions or more solar systems that are inside its structure, and so on, with the universe and the universe. As a reference to the 406th Knowledge Seekers Workshop, we understand the structure of the plasma of the soul of the man is the same. Mr. Keshe refers to this also a few times before, that most of our energy comes from the solar system, galaxy, universe, all the way to the Creator. And then there is the next picture, Rick. You can go to the next picture. The reason for transfer of fields from the galaxy to the soul of the man is because in the soul of the man, there is a common denominator of the soul of the galaxy, which allows the transfer of fields. If we think about that, we have inside our soul, the more we go to the center of her field strength, which is in touch and communicating with the soul of the solar system, galaxy, universe, creator. That structure is the same in every soul in existence. We all have the same properties. By understanding that you are connected to everything, you can choose the position you are desiring. You can choose to take a position of, let's say, our sun, and from your own structure, your own field, to give to the entire planet, or to any other entities that you want to communicate or give to. By the purity of the emotion, to give to the others entities without precondition. If the other side accepts the energy, he will receive it. Another point is the detachment. For me, the meaning is that you are not holding for precondition or a result. You give and see the result, what changed, what happened, without self-importance. If you want the position of elevation in a certain way, whatever it be, ask it from your soul. So that was the answer from our beloved Dor, UC Hebrew. And when I read it, I felt it was so mature, that text. So maybe he has matured into a new dimension. What do I know? So thank you, Dor. And that last point about the detachment, that's also related to the commandments, because one of the commandments is detachment. I can read it again, the answer of the detachment. For me, the meaning is that you are not holding for precondition or a result. You give and you see the result, what changed, what happened, without self-importance. I think that's so beautiful said. And I think it's very right too. So thank you again.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you, beautiful Dor. Thank you so much, my dear. And anybody wants to say anything about this beautiful presentation presented by Mary, given to us as a gift from Dor, Universal Council Hebrew? So you are welcome. Welcome.
Yeah, okay. This is Marie again. I remembered something that I was planning to say. Because I'm working on the TV Galactica manuscripts, which is questions and answers, and the answer is written by Universal Council. So now there are no more TV Galactica shows with the Universal Council. So I put all these answers together in a document. So I will distribute this to everyone who wants it. maybe we can translate it to many languages. And there will be a follow-up of the TV Galactica, because the Universal Council is invited to the Brazilian teaching. They have a special teaching, only I think it's might be a private teaching on Saturdays. So once a month, Universal Council will show up and answer questions. So that is what I wanted to say. So thank you.
Yes, here it is. Hello, Dean. You wanted to say something, my dear?
Sweater, hi. Yeah, it's okay.
Yes.
It's all the moment has passed, so I can leave it here, that particular moment, and we can carry on. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. And this is about the bring the needs and wishes from your community to the Universal Council as one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. And welcome, my dear beautiful souls, to express your way, your love to all of us. Sharing love to each other is the way to this oneness, to understand. Welcome. Suswagatam. Thank you.
As no one's coming forward, it's Dean here. Universal Council, can I show a couple of images that I've shown before in the Reactor group, and just have a little chat about those?
Yes, of course. Of course. Welcome.
You can all see this image?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so there's a little story that went behind this particular image. I'm not going to go on for too long. So this was in a forest, and as I was walking through the forest, I came across this on the path. I found this pine needle that was gently swaying in the winds. As you can see, it was held in position by a very thin thread. One presumes it was from a spider that attached itself to this particular pine needle. And as you see on this pine needle, there was another universe on the pine needle. And within that universe, you see the glint off of the drop within that universe from the sun that feeds fields into this position, giving it the energy to be part of. The fields around it, I don't know if you can see this, but there's like a circle around it. So you have a centralized point, a core that's radiating out. You see all these sparkles. You see all this like a diamond structure. And this is a drop of water, an ecosystem. It could be a galaxy, it could be a world. And there could be millions and trillions of souls present within this drop. And in this particular world, this whole world existed by the interaction of a thread holding it in position and gently swaying in the winds. And then I come along on this path with a camera that has been materialized through thoughts and intentions, and taken up materials in the matter state to produce this camera that I then use to take an image of this particular scene. So it's like a world within a world created by another world, and lots of thoughts and intentions all interacting. And this one tiny little, and this needle is probably, I don't know, 5 to 8 millimeters tall, maybe a bit more, maybe 10 at the most. And on the outskirts of it, you see this image here. You see this ring. This was an interaction from taking a picture against the sun, and this burnt into, or I presume it was the sun, maybe it wasn't, because it's come back a couple of times and disappeared a couple of times. Taking an image in this this semicircle that would have been a full circle has embedded itself within the structure of the camera. So every image I take now has this image, this condition built into it. So this is all a big reactor. If you can imagine that that is in this centralized position here, that golden shining sun, that core reaction, that could be each and every one of us. Each and every one of us could actually be represented here by that interaction there, within the interaction of a bigger sphere, which is the planet. And then this interaction could be a field interaction that's creating field interactions within the sphere of this one, within the sphere of this one, and this one in the middle, all hung there by, in the matter state, a thread that leads back to somewhere. So that's in the nature, that's in a forest on the planet Earth. That's a reactor right there, interacting in its environment. It doesn't speak like we do, or I presume it doesn't. Maybe it does. I just don't hear it in my interactions with my ears and my understanding. So I'm just going to stop the share and just share one more. So that is a, as I said, a reactor. I'm now going to share another reactor. Oh, maybe I'm not. Let's just try this. There we go. It won't come up. Okay, so I'm going to have to stay with this image. So this this particular image, or have I got another one that's actually come up? Is it come up, Rick, the next one? No, the other one won't come up. So the other one was going to be a reactor. It was in the exhibition in Linz. And that reactor is exactly the same as this one. It has a core reactor. It interacts in the environment through the gases, the atmosphere. And when you put in other gases into it, it creates in the matter state, and it gives us the ability to do all sorts of things that we are seeing within this structure of this image through a scientific explanation of a metal reactor.
Do you want to put the other image back up, Dean?
It won't, for some reason, it won't share. I don't know why, Rick. I just tried to share it.
Original one, perhaps, because all we're getting is a black screen right now.
Are you? Okay. Hang on a sec. Let me. It's not. I don't know why, but it doesn't seem to want to share.
Put the original picture, the first picture, back on then, or something other than a black screen.
Yeah, I was trying to, but then even that wouldn't share again.
Okay.
I'll just try another. You got another. So you have another image here. Is this one sharing?
Yes.
Okay. So this isn't really where I was going to go, but it seems it's on a soul level. So this is an interaction again of some snowflakes. And we can see that we saw that water droplet that was in a particular position. Well, within the reaction of these particular interactions, it's transmuted. It's solidified. It's become a different plasma. In the interactions of the earth. And this world, these souls that are created are here for a short period of time. And when the temperature rises again, then they melt and they go back to another position. They recirculate within the environment. However, they're all a soul. So for each one of these crystals that is an individual, when it melts, it becomes part of the totality of the whole of the structure of all the oceans, all the rivers and lakes and puddles and everything, all the water that's present as it cycles around the environment. The interactions are ever ongoing. If none are higher and none are lower, then this crystallized form we see here may not speak, have an intellectual tongue. However, it has a soul, has a presence, has the ability to go back to the creator, the creation. It's present in physicality, in many different shapes and forms. And within the structure of this particular entity or entities, it has many conflicts and issues that may arise within its environment through warming and freezing and interference of someone coming along with a camera and stepping on it, and other wildlife walking through it, and the interactions of the breeze and the sun. It's constant, and it's the same with our physical bodies. It's the same with everything that's part of us. It's these emotions, these experiences that we have. We can all accept and give and understand that we are part of a bigger totality, or we can just stay as a crystal and then gradually melt away and become part of the totality. It's all according to our understanding and our allowing ourselves to understand in this moment the beauty of what we have within us. We are, as beings, as souls present on the physicality of the earth, we have this structure within inside the cells of our body. In our body, we're made of 90% of this water, and it has the ability to transmute and to change shape in the physicality. So this just gives us another understanding of a soul, as there are countless numbers of souls present in physicality, who, however, they all take they reposition in some moment. And we all have that ability. We all have those memories. There will be a memory, I think it's been spoken about before by certain scientists, of a memory within water. When you speak to it in a certain way, it changes its characteristics and its shapes and forms, depending on if the word is kind, or if it's a word that would not be kind to this particular entity. And it shows itself in its physical form. And I think this happens with many of us and many understandings that we go through as a human being. And if I made man in the image of myself, here is another explanation of another way of viewing the creation and the creator in this very crystal. So I'll stop screen sharing there, Rick. I think that was enough for now. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, my dear Dean. So beautifully you explained. So much beautiful. There's a hands up of Dean Michael. You want to share a screen also? Welcome, Dean. Yes.
Thank you. Peace and thank you. Thank you. Rick, can you share what I sent you earlier?
Yes, just a second here.
Okay. Thank you for your help. What would be coming on the screen is something that I created with desire for the answer of the wishes that we have put out as a collective of the Keshe Spaceship Institute. And so here are my words connected with our wishes, anchored to an image of love, creation, and the flower of life coming out of the desires. And with this is my wish, that we see with our eyes and our physical, sensual being the manifestation of peace and the releasing in the awareness of all on this beautiful planet as we enter into the interaction with our complete, welcoming, universal family. That is my wish. Let it be so. Thank you.
We are present, my dear Dean. Beautiful wish. Beautiful you. So beautiful image. This is so beautiful. You know, when you create something, you created this beauty, and this has given so much joy and happiness with all from inside. And I will say to you, my dear Dean, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing this image, the work of beauty to all of us. Thank you, my dear. Salam, namaste, salute.
We've changed the screen, Rick. It's Dean here again. So, Dean, if you're still present, may I ask you a quick question? So,
Yes.
there's many colors involved in your creation. And with every color that you painted, with every twist of the paper, were you consciously aware of creating in the moment and giving loving intentions to your creation?
That paper that the images are folded out of has been a process of probably 4 years minimum in the making. And then the heart fold that was given, I believe, to me by the beautiful creator. And as I have created, every time I sit down with anything to make an object at my hand, I am in the presence of the creator, because I don't come to the place until I have connected myself with intention to the creator, so that that which comes at the hand of man, me, has the signature of the desires that I have spoken. And so within those desires for the last 10 years, I have been connected with the teachings of the Keshe Spaceship Institute. So everything within my work for the last 10 years has been carrying that resonant signature.
Thank you, Dean. So so you're saying that this particular creation was in the making for 4 years?
Well, the actual folding and choosing paper and putting it together, because I had all of the resources, that actually only takes about 15 minutes to fully manifest in form and picture.
Okay.
So I had the paper. The paper is the images that are created and continually reworked. The physical form is folded paper of the images. I created the paper to fold into the kaleidoscope of new creation.
So there would have been many emotions and interactions in different periods of time as you were creating the pictures and the colors. So if this was over a period of I don't know how long you exactly, all the different emotions would have been put in, because there would have been moments where you would have been happy or sad or whatever the emotion was, and all these are all fed into this creation.
Yeah, my whole life is put into the moment that I create, because when I'm creating, just like taking a picture, you understand, or playing a note on the flute, which I do an hour plus a day, each of those moments is in the moment, because you can't play a note out of the moment, not with your breath. So when I'm creating, all of the me that is created is pouring out with my entire being into what I'm making.
Yeah, thank you, Dean. So I think you just expressed how artisans create in the moment. There could be many creations. People have children and they create wonders there. They have many different intentions and thoughts that go into so many different activities that are creations that keep us busy, that keep us positioned. And this is another wonderful creation, and the colors are very striking there, Dean. Is there any reason for certain colors? Is that a form that comes to you on a soul level?
My colors, I love color, and I'm an incredibly prolific artist, so I have hundreds of thousands of pictures, literally. And the colors and the vibrancy of color is probably a signature of my work, but yet the interplay of light and form and shadow, I, as an observer of the creation and someone who walks in nature and is there much of my life, I try to express what I see and the vibrancy of the creation that I get to perceive within the thankfulness of the, I don't go a day where I don't, or even hardly a moment that I don't praise my creator for eyesight, that I can perceive those colors. And then through the miracle of the hands and art, or at the hand of man arm, create or try to express the beauty that has been already given to me, that I just get to be a flow through of.
Yeah, beautifully explained there, Dean. Yeah. It's strange saying Dean to Dean. It's
Yeah, we're the stereo.
Yeah, it's an understanding. So we've all, we as creations, we've been labeled with the same label name. I'm talking about names now, and but we both have completely different aspects, but we've been labeled the same. It's the same as being a labeled human being, or being labeled an animal of any description. It's a human way of describing a situation using the alphabet and then creating it into sentences and words and sentences that we then use to explain a creation. How would you explain this particular creation if we didn't have words? We would just be sat with our visual eyes, just gazing and listening. With our ears. How else would we do it? So the creator has been very beautiful in allowing us to use our physicality. However, the connection with the Universal Council and with all the beings present, that connection is the soul, is the ability to connect on a field strength level. And with those thoughts, with a single thought, we can unite with this particular image and all the emotions and interactions that you've bestowed within it, and all the beauty, the creation you've given, and we should be part of it.
That is the thrill of the image, like what you showed, the whole universe wrapped up in the light that refracts into the halo that's around the needle. And it's that image that we're able to perceive and then encode, decode ourselves within our spirit that gives life without having to go through the process of decoding the words that are being presented. And, in the thankfulness of the sight, it gives us an opportunity to see that and to think of the glory that we bring through the technologies that those who have not seen are seeing. So within the wish of the release of the technologies this year, it's because we do bring the ability of the physicality of many to be able to first time see the glory of the light interacting with the creation because of what you have done, we have done. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Keshe. And thank you all.
Thank you, Dean.
Thank you, my dear Dean. So beautiful. So 4 years. Oh my God. Beautiful, beautiful. We are all wrapped in this. The oneness. Followed the path of the soul. So colorful, so vibrant. So much in beauty. What I can say. So, as Dean said, how can we use a word for this beauty? This is the emotion. So the emotion of love we felt. That is the science of manifestation. Indeed. Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. Any beautiful souls want to share anything more? I mean, anything you want. Welcome.
Sweta, so this creation that we see on the screen, we just explained through Dean's interpretation of his emotions. We, from a viewpoint, some would look at the creation and say, very beautiful, and it's some paper folded with some colors on it. However, when you understand the emotions and the talent and the beauty that went into it to create it, so from a viewpoint, your perspective of the emotions that you carry through your memories that you've gathered from being a child to an adult, will function and expand around what you, how you perceive this particular creation. Some people it will resonate with, and they will understand these words, and some people will say, well, it's a piece of art, beautiful, but it doesn't. It needs to function for me. I need to have it. You know, I need a car, or I need some, whatever it is, whatever the matter state object is. However, the matter state object is exactly the same as this, when the thoughts and emotions that have gone into it to create it are exactly the same process. So the beauty of this particular creation, with a lot of artisans and people that create in the moment, where they give it away freely. So they may, as Dean said, he may blow a flute, or he may play a guitar, or you may do a drawing. You may give a loving smile to your child or to another. You may give a warm thought, an interaction, a field strength to give to another. It's all the same creation. It's all the same emotions that are a memory that we project into a space and create again. So it's from the black hole, we are creating and expanding and opening up. And I made man in the image of myself. Field interactions. This is another field, another creation, another thought, another beauty.
Rick and Council, the beauty of the image is it can be downloaded and then duplicated, because it is folded paper, and the one on top, the flower, it's tradition. And so you have an opportunity, everyone who has hands and the ability to use them has the ability to duplicate what I have shown with the same materials, and put then the intention combined with others who are doing it as an anchor, so that the soul of creation is tethered to the desire of those who have taken, say, the communion or the action together. And that's what we do here, is we bring our voices and our souls and our hearts and our physicalities together for creation. And within that, this earth and all that reside upon and within and above have been blessed because of the desires that and actions that combined we have done.
So, Dean, all the beliefs that we have, that we've gathered, all the emotions and all the sharing of the teachings and experiences that, as I said, we've gathered, we are bringing them all together and recreating. We're beginning a new cycle. We're giving to a new cycle of understanding that is elevating everything. We can all look at this image, this beautiful creation of this paper folding that you've done with all the intentions, and we can all now look at that particular image and elevate it, give to it as a soul. We can give to this soul, elevate it, and then all that gaze upon it or interact with it will receive a field strength of elevation. And as Jacko said before, don't think, elevate. So
I am present.
We are present. I am present. Yeah, it's a beauty. We can do this continuously all the time, and the creations will just get more and more magnificent. Thank you, Dean.
Thank you, Dean.
Thank you, Dean.
Thank you, Dean. Both Dean, for the kindness and love, sharing. As you say, everybody can download and make a beauty out of it again, like this. Thank you so much. Thank you. And is there anybody else want to say something?
I would like to add something kind of funny.
Welcome.
Here we have the two deans lighting up the place. And you know, the word dean is like the Bengali word deen, which is day. So earlier we were talking about the new day. So these two deans are making a new dean, a new day.
Yes,
just
watch
this
me.
thought came to me, so I just wanted to share it.
Thank you.
It was
Thank you.
kind of funny, but
no, but
the light
this is...
and the dean and dean are these all kind of came together in my mind. Anyway, just
beautiful.
Something silly but funny, and you know,
but
we
true.
need a break sometimes.
Yes. The dean in Bengali is day. Yes, the new day. This is not coincidence. This is really, really real. Thank you, Moshfik, for enlightening all of us always. Thank you, my dear. If there is no, sharing, or then we can wrap up for today.
There's one thing in our chat in the Q&A here. We had a question from Syed that's appropriate for this part, who says, can we get rid of electromagnetic pollution such as EMF? And can we convert existing electrical power generator to plasma ones? I would say the answer is yes, but perhaps someone would like to expand on that.
I agree. Yes, I think we can replace electromagnetic fields. It has some effects on human, as we all know, but we don't, you know, if you look at, let's say, electrical energy, what do we use it for? To light things up, heat things up, you know, or cool things down, or create some physical motion. We don't have to go to electricity to do it. We can directly go to any of these from plasma. And the plasma field that is not harmful or has ill effects on our physicality or emotional fields. So we don't have to take the intermediate step of electricity. And my background is electrical engineering.
So we cut out the middleman in a way. Go direct from plasma to our applications.
But don't cut me out just because I'm...
You lost the job, sorry.
But in any case, you know, we don't need electricity. But you know, Rick is quick to cut it out. So I know, so be it.
Well, it'd probably be a while before it's we make that complete changeover, but it could happen faster than we expect as well. Okay, any other comments about that? I think you summed it up pretty good, Mashfik. Okay, let's move
Yes.
on to.
Yes, thank you, Moshfik. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Yes, we can, my dear Rick, we can, yes, here. Here, we are here to serve, not to be served. This is the way, going to the path of the soul, with the soul. The commandment is here. So, the Universal Council, thank you. Thank you, and welcome again, my dear ones. Welcome to the Suswagatam, to the beautiful energy of Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. And thank you again. And this is Shweta Anwar, UC Hindi language. And thank you everybody for participating, for being present, holding the responsibility of love and respect and peace for all that is. Thank you so much. Salam, namaste, salute.
Thank you, Shweta. Okay, that brings us to the end of our 255th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace here on Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023. Thank you, everybody, for attending today's workshop. And we have the next public teaching workshop is the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group, which is starting at 7 a.m. Tomorrow, January 4th. And people are welcome to bring your questions and contraptions to that workshop as we examine various aspects of the plasma technology, especially in the practical realm. Okay, is there anything else? Do we have a TV Galactica to announce? Is that happening or is that ended now?
It has ended for now. There will be next phase, but there is a testimonial day yesterday, tomorrow, as Mark says. He has typed something.
The second month of the month. Maybe Rick wants to announce that.
Oh,
sure. Yeah, the testimonials meeting, public meeting for testimonials will be coming up the following Monday. That's Monday, the 9th of January. And that starts at the 8 p.m. Central European time. If people could please bring your testimony of the plasma technology, something that may have affected you in a personal way, that would be great. And we have lots of other testimonials as well.
Yes, one question Salomia asked that, do you have the link? TV Galactica, she wanted the link, but my dear Salomia, the TV Galactica is for now, now not happening, but it will be in the next phase, and Mary will inform everything about that. Is that okay? Thank you. Oh, thank you, my dear. So, what about some beautiful day?
Yes,
awesome
indeed.
dance. Awesome clap.
Yes,
all the love always.
We like to end this workshop with our Flight Enhancement Spaceship Unit music version. So we won't disappoint with that. And again, thank you everybody for attending today's wonderful workshop. And thank you to all the members of the Universal Council for putting it on. Okay, I think that wraps it up, and we're going to do the little dance and music thing, and we'll see you all in the next public teaching workshop.